All right, welcome back to another lesson in GIMP. Today, we are beginning our movie poster. All right, let's look at how to set up ourselves for success. To begin, we are looking at a few examples. Here we have the Rocky example, the Rocky movie. We have Jaws, and of course we have the Blues Brothers. Now, let us take a look and compare the three. If we look, all three have the name of the movie in very big text. It's the biggest text on the image. Following that, your attention is drawn to the pictures in all three. Okay, drawn to the pictures in all three. And then the smaller text on all three as well. We'll get into that. Our design is going to include a little bit from each one. Let us begin. So if we look at GIMP and our instructions all the way over here to the left, Command N is where we begin. With Command N, we are allowed to make ourselves a canvas. So we're going to go 800 by 1100. That'll give us a canvas that looks just like this. And if you notice, that is just almost the exact same size as the movie poster examples. Okay, step number 2 is to hit Command-Shift-S and save as movie poster. So if we hit Command-Shift-S, we're going to save this right off the bat. We're going to label it movie poster. Okay, make sure you're following along. Make sure you're doing exactly what I'm doing here. So we're also going to click Pictures. We're going to save it as movie poster and Pictures. Save! Look at that. Okay, so now we are going to drag in the picture of ourselves that we took, and we're going to put it into our. We're going to put it right in here into our poster. I am not going to use a picture of myself. I'm going to use the green screen guy photo that we used before. However, you will be dragging in the picture from your downloads folder of yourself. So here we go. Drag it in, and look at that. We have a nice picture of ourselves. Okay. Now, if we look at the tools, we have to make sure, and I'm making this a very, very specific point to make. You have to do a scale or a fake scale. Now, I want to point this out. You have to do this. A lot of people forget to do this. So let's make sure we do it correctly. Now, in this situation, if you want to change the size, go ahead. I know in the past we haven't really done a real scale, but if you want to change the size using the scale tool, now would be the time. So if we click on our image, if you notice I selected the scale tool, we click on the image, we can use these nice corners to change the size of our image. Okay, scale. And would you look at that? Let's make it a little wider to make it a little more even. Okay, look at that. Okay, now if you notice, some of the image goes off the canvas, and that's okay, because you won't actually see that. All right, now, if we look at our next step, the magic wand tool, that's something we've done before. Let's grab ourselves the magic wand. If you notice, I'm double-clicking on all the tools. Okay, if we click on the green, that will select all of the green. However, if it is doing a perfect selection. Let me show you how I'm getting a perfect selection. If we look at 5A, we're going to click on Tool Options, and we're going to increase the threshold in our tool options to 100. So if we have our tool options here, which we see the word threshold right here, and we're going to make sure that it says 100 right here, okay? 100. Just like that. Enter. The threshold allows us to create a perfect selection. If we remember the first time we worked with this picture, we had a little green left over. So right now, if we increase our threshold to 100, and I want to make sure we're doing this, increase our threshold to 100, then if we look, we can select the green and hit Command X to remove the green. Command X. Look at that. Now, we want to make sure that we, of course, hit Command Shift A to unselect. Okay. Command Shift A. At this point, you might be asking, Mr. DeCola, why are we still seeing white? Because if we look here, our background behind the guy is white. So that's still there. Our background behind the fella is white. And we're going to leave that there for now. Okay. At this point, you might want to pause to make sure that you are all caught up before we move any further. Okay. Moving forward, we're going to hit Command-Shift-N, and we're going to make a new layer. Command-Shift-N. We're going to label it Border, because, as you might be guessing, we're going to put a border on this layer. Okay, we're going to put a border on this layer. Now, if we look at our JAWS picture again, we have a few different borders going all the way around. We have the white border going all the way around, and we have this black border around the picture. We are going to create just a black border on our picture. So let's take a look. No. Step number 7, we had to select the rectangle select tool. Select the rectangle select tool, and we're going to draw ourselves a border square. If you see at the top, I've already chosen my rectangle select tool, and I'm going to make a border right now. Now, it's not a bad idea to just do your best to make it even on all the sides first, and then you can eyeball it from there. Okay. I'm gonna make it shorter up here and taller down here because I want space right here to put the name of my. I want to put the name of my movie. Okay. Let's tidy it up a little bit. Okay. Awesome. So now if we look, we need to hit Command I because currently we have inside the square selected. Let's test that. Currently we have inside the square selected. I'm trying to draw outside, but I can't because I only have inside the square selected. So what I want to do is hit Command I. That will select the opposite. Again, if this is the inside, the opposite would be the outside of that square. And now to test that, I have the outside of the square selected. Again, I hit Command I to invert my selection. Okay. Now, step number 8, we need to bucket fill our black area. Now, I'm going to use the bucket fill. I'm going to keep it black, and voila. Just like that, we have created a border for our movie poster. Again, I'm going to allow you time right now to pause and catch up. Okay. At this point, we again need to hit Command Shift A to unselect. And I'll put that in the directions as well. Command Shift, if I can spell shift correctly, Shift A to unselect the border. Awesome possum. So now, if we take a look at step number 10, we need to make our title text. Some specifics for our title text are our title text for the movie must be at least font size 80. Okay, it must be at least font size 80, and it must be either black or white. I'm going to make mine black. Let's take a look. So if we make ourselves a nice box right here, nice box right here, I am going to label this. Let's see, my movie. Let's call it Suit Man. Now, my text is way too big. I only want it to be size 80. Okay, I don't like that font though. Let's change it to, semi-bold. Look at that. Now, if you notice, Suit Man is actually kind of small. What if I went to somewhere around 100? That's more appropriate. It suits the project better. Anyway, moving on. We are going to hit Command Shift N, and we're going to make a new layer. Command Shift N. We're going to label this layer, as we see right here, is step number 11. We're going to label it Boxes Layer. B-O-X-E-S space L-A-Y-E-R. Boxes Layer. Okay. Now, if you notice, our Boxes layer is labeled something very specific. What are we going to create in this layer? What do you think? Maybe some boxes. So we're going to use the rectangle select tool, just like before. We're going to draw a box right around our title, okay? We're going to draw a box right around our title. Now, we are going to fill it in with the bucket fill tool. Now, if you notice, I'm not going to fill it in with black because my text color is black. What I'm going to do is fill it in with, I'm going to choose a light blue. Okay. I'm going to fill it in with light blue. But, ladies and gents, it covers my text. That's so strange. If we look at our layers, make sure we're on our layers tab. If we look at our layers over here, it's because the boxes layer is the top layer. We don't want it to be the top layer. If we click on our boxes layer, we can drag it right below Suit Man. Okay, we can drag it right below Suit Man. Now, at this point, we have something very similar to the Blues Brothers, where we have ourselves a font and a title, and we have ourselves the box behind the text. Okay, let's downsize this again. Okay, so if you notice, I reordered the layers if necessary. So at this point, you've begun your let's see, you begin your movie poster. It's now time to take a look back at the rubric, because as you may find by looking at these posters, there's many other things such as the actors' names, a slogan. There's many other things that you need to include that I'm not going to show you how to include here. Reference the rubric. Think about some past lessons. We could add some 3D text here. And ladies and gents, make sure you hit Command-Shift-A. We're going to hit Command-Shift-S to save, replace, and that is all. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and good luck!